Hello everyone, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. I'm sorry that I haven't been, I've been uploading the series as of late. It's, been kind of crazy recently around my home. A lot of things happened I don't want to talk about. In any case, I am Winter Knight. This is Katawa Shoujo, and future, but that's not it. Maybe it's this one? Okay, I'm gonna pretend it's this one and hope I'm right. The lunch in the afternoon class passed uneventfully. I read most of the book I had started yesterday, and eat some of the most inedible offerings of the cafeteria. Yeah, dude, the cafeteria is always inedible. I swear. The high school I was at, you'd swear that the freaking like beef stroganoff moved. It was not fun. And the pizza, don't get me started on that. It might look edible, but it's not. Don't eat it. It's an evil curse. The class is tiresome. The teacher seems like an okay person, despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. Well, every teacher's supposed to do that. You'd be surprised. When the final bell sounds, seriously, I am envious. I am really envious of the bell sounds for Japanese schools, because I mean, really, those are melodic. The ones we have in America, they go beep. That's about it. Quite literally, it's the most monotone damn bell that I've ever heard, and I hated it to no end. Glad I'm finally out of school. Jeez. Sorry, where was I? Oh, right. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there is still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the hospital, I had 24 hours a day of free time, but here, filling the considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Udo was examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ball pen. Raising his eyes from his papers briefly, he notices me and furrows his brow. What isn't that guy? I jump at him addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there is nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen, and he is holding and arranges his paper to his back, clacking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical. And for a brief moment, I'm reminded of Shizen, but the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine. The plans? No, I consider joining a club, but I don't know what kind of club would interest me. Go observe a meeting of someone else's club. Might pique your interest. I guess. I don't know how to continue from there. Udo looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back over the conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. Talking to people and everything. So it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about disabilities. It's like it feels I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them. It's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do. Damned if I do. Damned if I don't. Teacher scratches his head absentmindedly. His cheek absentmindedly, looking very unresponsive. Well, geez, dude, you're supposed to be helpful, not just sit there. These things are are only an issue if you make them one. Yeah, Mudo is kind of right there, dude. He's kind of right there, Hick-chan. You gotta listen to him. You can talk normally with someone, even if they are blind or something. Another excellent point. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid, who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they might seem. Behind whatever they might seem at first glance. Can I read? English award. I have English award, and I made like honors, like top 10 honors in my graduating year of high school, and this is what I do. Yeah, guys, that's it. I graduated honors from high school and got an English award for good poetry, and yet I can barely read. He says the same thing as you go do. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizu's deafness, when the only way to communicate with her is to talk to Misha? Point there. Poor Hanako, it's not like you can ignore her face. Well, you can. You just gotta be really, really try hard about it. But... oh, hello. I'm interrupted by the door of a classroom suddenly slamming open. And cue in Misha, the rhinoceros without grace. Teacher! Misha crashes in, hands straight in an enthusiastic greeting. Her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. That Michael Jackson I see in the window? Is he doing the Thriller dance? Where's my iced mocha? Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. There's my jug of iced mocha. Here it is. Did I mention I'm doing this in the middle of the night? She starts toward the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Mudo, visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha in general, slumps in his chair. Yeah, if you had to deal with a pinkie pie of that magnitude, I would do that too. Mikadu. Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly, as if she excuse me, as if she is sensing from his tone that something's wrong, but has no idea what. Yes? We have talked about the volume control before. Yes! But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes. So, what is it? We need help. We're running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a distress. She waves a pink slip of paper she is holding around. So get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that? Plywood is always the problem. Last time we wanted more, there was only a little. But that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's none left there. So do you know where there is some? I don't understand. How would I know? See, John, I mean the president, thought a teacher would know if there is plywood. Was she wrong? Well, what is a science teacher supposed to know about the location of plywood? It's not like it's an RPG. I swear, you think he's a woodsman? Misha, get it together. No, not Misha. No, she's just the messenger. Shizu, get it together. Mudo looks like he is in great pain, frowning with his entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it at all. Yep, she's kind of like that. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible. Like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. Yeah, that would be hell, especially if it was Justin Bieber. Terrible, crappy music. And believers everywhere? I don't care if you say his music is great. I hate his guts. I hate it from the moment I heard of him. I'd rather crucify him on a cross. But, you know, we can't all have our wishes. Shame that. I'm afraid I have no idea if there is any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any. What should I do? Perhaps try to find Mr. Nomiya? I'm quite sure he would know where to find everything you need. You'd have to pry them from his cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter. Oh, Misha, you're gonna have to get that sword and that spear and shield from Patches. Dark Souls reference. Oh, I don't have time. We're so busy. She holds her head with both of her hands, looking as despairing as possible. For a person like her, without even noticing, she crumbles the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do, and we're falling behind the schedule. Budo looks at her gravely, then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if you could get some temporary help. Uh-oh. Run, Hick-chan, run! Run, you're about to be recruited! You're about to be drafted! He switches to staring at me focusedly, with a hard expression as if trying to say, go make some friends. Oh, fine. Yeah, I guess I can give you a hand. You can? Thanks, Hick-chan. You're really nice. Sincerely, that stupid name. No wonder he hates it. It's still funny when I call him Hick. And he's not even from America. Or is he Southern? I don't even know where he originated from. She pauses, does a double take, and then points at me with her finger, yelping, "Ah!" and looking very puzzled. Are you coming to a realization or losing one? Can we get a solid answer here, Misha? To think of it, what's Hick-chan doing here? Class is over. You should be having fun. We just had a little chat. Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hick-chan? No, I am not. Is Hick-chan in trouble, teacher? Completely ignoring the main character. You too. No, he is not. Budo sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. Where are her claws? I don't see her clawing on his back. Okay, that's a lot more imagining than needed be. Don't look at anything like that, please. So, what do you need? Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere, if there's none in the art room. She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. Yeah, I would too. I said I'd help you, but this has no implications on whether I'm joining the council or not. Aww. Still, thanks, Hick-chan. Try to be quick. You're in a stall building streak now. You must hurry. She is too damn cheery. She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. Well, there you have it, Nakai. You have something to do now. Starts smug. Looking at the list with a number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting. That is undoubtedly Shizune's. I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waving a long list limply at the teacher, I exit the hallway. I exit to the hallway. Blah, 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 blah. The classroom closest to ours are designated belonging to classes 1-3 and 3-2 on the right side, and 3-4 on the left side. Each door looking exactly the same. Boy howdy, it's the clone door. It's the clone door wars. Only there are no hinges to battle. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, no shit. But it seems rather badly kept, or not in use. Am I in the right place? Where's that map? Damn, if I had sheets of paper, I could make crimpling noises. Damn it, I don't have it. Desks and chairs all around the room. A thin layer of... Wait a minute. Oh shit. Technical difficulties. Desks and chairs all around the room. A thin layer of dust settled on them. There are some easels in the corner, so at least this looks like the right place. The room is flush with sunlight. From the big windows, shadows creeping all over the desks. Specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Trying to make a joke here, dude, that's my dup off. Anybody? Oh. Something catches my eye, and I stop mid-sentence. And there she is, everyone! That is the girl we are focusing on. Sitting on a desk, a short-haired girl, curiously wearing a boy's uniform, with a fork between her toes, a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. This, everyone, is the girl we're focusing on this playthrough. She is basically me as a girl with no arms, as well as creative talent, most dexterity you'd ever see. This odd way of dining seemed to be caused by her apparent lack of hands. Oh really, you think? But her presence here is what takes me aback even more. Where did I miss her before? She's sitting in a corner very still, and still somehow appears part of the furnishing or statue at first glance. Well, in that position, I'm not being very too observant. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. No shit. No shit, Sherlock. The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. You mean like a deer in headlights? She's staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. Staring at her with my mouth wide open, suddenly remembering I didn't finish my sentence and trying to think of if I should. No, you shouldn't, especially when you figure out, oh, there is someone in here. This weird stalemate keeps us both stunned and silent, punctuated only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically. And my periodical stopping in the middle of a sentence because I cannot see the word. Hello. The girl stuffs the forkful in her mouth and is now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Oh, really? Thank you, Captain Obvious, for that specific thought. Hello. I was told to pick up some supplies here. Some supplies from here. For some festival stalls for some festival stalls, I think. I didn't think there would be someone here. There isn't. That's why I came here too. She picks up another forkful. Doesn't that mean you're here then? She raises her eyebrows as if she was suspecting my observation was false. You're pretty observant. I guess it does. But who are you? She goes pretty straightforward, isn't she? Well, she has to be, especially when she has no hands. Nakai. Hisao Nakai. I just transferred in on Monday. Rin. Tezuka Rin. Rin Tezuka. I won't shake hands with you. At least we know who we are now. That look right there. Just that, haha, I know things. Be prepared for the worst. It's very nice. Her deadpan manner of talking makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. In my terms, she is. She's joking. It kind of bothers me. Joking about these matters doesn't feel appropriate at all. While I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate and whether this girl is, she seems to have lost interest in me and is now gazing yearningly back at her food. you my lunch. If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. This is me. Yes, this girl is me. If you need to get your stuff, the supplies are at the back. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. At lunch. School's already over for the day. What word would you use then? There's no word for a meal you eat after lunch, but before dinner? Lunch? No, that's breakfast and lunch. Lunch? Big lunch. That's like dinner and lunch. Lunch and dinner, there you go. Lunch. Lin. L-I-N. Lin. Lin. But before dinner, right? It bothers me very much too. But I don't really know what I should say. I don't think you're supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with. I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch would go to waste otherwise. Makes you wonder, who prepared her lunchbox, because she has no arms. I have curry. It's very delicious. How does she prepare curry? She has no arms. That's everyone's thought. That's what we answered when we get into her arc. With much decisiveness, Rin once again picks up the fork between her toes, and with at least as much impoliteness, she points it straight at me. So, Nakai, what brings you to this place? Like I said, I was told to look for these things. No, the school. I'm outside, you look fine. Is your problem inside? I come to a full stop, opening my mouth but not getting a word out. I can guess. I'm good at guessing. Better than most people. Rin cuts me off before I can answer her question. Or skirt around it, somehow. I don't know which I don't know which I would have done. I froze in front of this issue again. I haven't told anyone here about my condition. Or maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. Yeah, talking about your disabilities is kind of personal. Me, I'm blunt about it. I do get the feeling that not making issues of this is a part of the social code here. As the teacher said, well, guess who likes to break the social code, dude? Say hello to Ren Tezuka. She does that all the time. I wonder if people here could relate. Probably not any better than any normal person could. I can't relate to Shizu's circumstances or Lily's either. Naturally, while I go through this in my head, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be, with an overtly complaintive look on her face. That's her complaintive look, everybody. She puts the fork between her lips, and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. I don't think it's anything in your head, or something in your guts. It would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants. What? This messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement, and sheer lack of tact. It was delivered with catches me completely off guard. Yeah, you can tell when she's screwing with you or being blunt. You can tell. Because she makes this face. And she just says this bluntly, like I usually do. I think I might have reeled back even physically as Ren's eyes opened in revelation and astonishment. So I was right. There is something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? Still partially in shock, but recognizing the need to reply something, I spit out the first thing I could think of. No, nothing like that. I have a heart problem. Arrhythmia. The look. I said it. More like blurted it out, but I said it. The girl in front of me purses her lips together and lowers at me, looking very disappointed. How boring. Drum on the dance would have been much more scandalous. Oh shit! What are you, a journalist or an artist? Give your pick. What's with this reaction? Sorry I let you down. I forgive you. Just I collect people and a person with, you know, that kind of problem. Okay, let me say this again. I forgive you. Just I collect people and a person with, you know, that kind of problem would have been really great. I like people with different problems. So you just like go around asking with people what's wrong with them? Pretty much. Bluntly. I see. With little left to say, Rin resumes her lunch, and the conversation dies away. But I keep thinking about what was said. I wouldn't. It was the first time I told anyone else about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already, or have heard about it from someone else. Or didn't need to know about it like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a natural part of the introductions? Is it expected of me? No. Rin is just part of her own little world. You'll find that out later. Hechan. Hi, I'm Hisao. I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? As if our disabilities would define us. What a disgusting thought. I should throw you out a window, Hick-chan. I really should. Because that word disgusting, a disability is part of a person, no matter how much they try and hide it. It is a part of them. Doesn't define them, no. But it sure as hell is a part of them. So get used to your arrhythmia, asshat. Or maybe this Tezuka girl just has an unnatural interest in such things. Yeah, that's what you should go with. And just go with that. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Ren from the corner of my eye. Her hair is brunette auburn, almost orange, cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. The boy's uniform and lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She is not particularly pretty, except for her murky green eyes, with a flicker of restless from below her short bags. Even when she eats, the distance and shadows make it seem like they don't reflect the sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as definitely as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight would discomfort people, especially while eating. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable at least. I hesitate to think of the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? Are you asking that? I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So, do you always eat alone and this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors. Maybe you are my first occasional visitor. I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof, if she's not horsing around. Horsing? She likes to do sports. Oh. That's all I can say. I can think of to say. Smooth, man, smooth. Both of us fall silent again as Rin forks the last bits of her meal into her mouth. I look down my hall and double check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. Well, you need to apply some wood to that. Terrible jokes. I think I have all the things. I think I have all the things now. That's very nice for you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you are going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like watching girls sleep. I am not sure what to make of this. But Rin looked serious. Bluntness. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you around, Tezuka. You can call me Rin. I feel like that our relationship is at a point good enough to warrant this much. Meeting her? Now she's asking us to call her Rin. I don't mind. I was already turning to make my exit, but she calls me back in. Fine then, I'm Hisao. Or Hick-chan. Much like Herbert and Harold from, much like Bob and, Harold from Fallout 3, and the weird-ass tree mutant quest thing from that game. Hick-chan is what I call Hisao, because it's funny, and I'm pretty sure if he was real, he'd be pissed. And you are. It looked at me hard in the eyes, but that intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. Yeah, she can see through people. That's a very special gift. She blinks a couple of times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped up between us out of nowhere. See you later, Hisao. There's something like a tiny smile there in her face. Maybe. I quietly back out of the room as I shut the door in front of my face. I whisper to myself, "What an intriguing person." From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that. What did she hear? I jump at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Misha, you're freaking No, you're not Slender Man. What would I call you? Somehow she had gotten jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. And note, this is the girl with the grace of a rhino. And she somehow snuck up on our protagonist. He is the most unobservant little shit I have ever seen. Without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Good point. Our best friend's weird. We have a nut job. We just met a girl with no arms who has a weird mindset, or better yet, a special mindset that's somewhat like mine, or mostly like mine. And we just got jump scared by Miss Grace of Rhino. Boy, howdy, has our day just gone swimmingly. And behind her, of course, is Shizune, standing slightly behind Misha. Looked aloof, as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention. But Misha is visibly excited. No, wait, more importantly, who is in there? There's no club meetings today. She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anywhere. What are you doing in here? You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Hick-chan. She wags her finger at me scoldingly. I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you are tardy. I'm sorry, was I on a time limit? Oh, sorry. I got the things here. I was just going to bring the... I think you were up to some mischief, Hick-chan. Who was in that room with you, I wonder? Misha signs something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she's experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed, she stares at Rin, frozen in place for a slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, then promptly slams the door, then turning to Misha to sign furiously at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. No shit, that looks pissed. That looks like pissed off mode. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin was sleeping on top of one of the tables. Well, stop pointing that loaded 12 gauge eyeball at me. I don't like it. And point those things somewhere else. You could poke someone's eye out with those. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my arguments. Hello. Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it makes a few eyeballs it takes a few blinks to realize that she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind me, looking at us with a half-sleepy face. Hello. Miss Tezuka, what do you think you were doing? You're absolutely not permitted to use the school property for such disgraceful activity. It sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular. It was hard to say whether she was happy or unhappy about this turn of events. While judging from that face, I guess unhappy. At any rate, she ignores Shizune / Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulders and points at Rin and makes some quick signs. Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for the festival? Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure of Shizune's cold stare. Shizune's cold stare is putting on her, shrugging off the glacier of ice coming from her eyes here. I keep wondering about that too. I keep wondering about that myself too. And we'll think about it harder. As Misha signs her reply to Shizune, her face turns to an unsatisfied frown. Miss Tezuka, please take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it. What, like that painting back there? My lord, it's creepy. That thing right there, that thing right behind Shizune's neck. Rin nods assertively. We'll think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't. Not even after translation. She just shakes her head and takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully, as she looks after the retreating student council duo. How rude. It's true though, I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future. I'm about to ask what project she has, and what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back to the art classroom. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? How about two? This paint can doesn't fit in my bag, but I need it. She kicks lightly at the huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where do you need to take it? Away. And with that, she takes off to the hallway, me and the paint can following, since there's little choice for either of us. The hallway is quiet and empty now, with Shizune and Misha gone, so we two leave towards the stairwell at the other end. Every 10, 15, or 20 steps, I have to change the can from one hand to another because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my forearms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching. Or maybe I'm walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast. And I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Okay, what did you steal, Swiper? Oh shit. Ah, Mr. Nakai. What a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course. He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me, because obviously it's me who he had some business with. There's something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod and wait impassively, because I can't even begin to guess what I forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel too enthusiastic about this interruption either. Yeah, I can tell you that much. Yeah, I can believe that too, dude. It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there might have been some unexpected side effects, which might require adjusting dosages, or even changing to another kind of medication. So, we will do a few tests regularly. But what I'd want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition. Your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything. Come and see me if something happens. Alright. So how are you? Everything fine? I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering. Apparently this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here. My parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for a school. Yeah, you're kind of right on that. Usually everyone minds their own business or just talks to their own friends. Except this school, okay? This is a small school, and both the student base and the faculty seem very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. This is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. God sends the shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. That's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track or even the pool. So I'd like to know if you've taken up exercising as I asked. Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off on track since the very first day. You have people spying on me? On me? Not as such. But I just happen to know a few people. And that's not the issue here. So don't try and slip out of it. Well, actually, I was just doing some improvised weightlifting as exercise. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times, like a sad imitation of a bodybuilder. Even though it's weighing down my arms painfully. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, then comes back like it was never gone. Tezuka, would you give us a second? The nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rin's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside. When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. Well, that grin could lead to saying otherwise, dude. I understand that you're still in your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip up and postpone, the harder it will be. It's the same with everything like dieting. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Just save here for a minute. I don't want to f it up. I haven't played in a while, so kind of still dealing with this. Actually, instead, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and my terrible jokes. If you liked what you want, what you saw. Comment, like, subscribe, anything. In any case, this has been Winter Night and Katawa Shoujo playthrough with the Rin Tezuka run. And I hope to see you all next time. This is Winter Night, signing off.